Satola guys. Yeah, so I just wrote the script idea and I wanted to read it to you. Alright, so the theme of this video is going to be building a business for free instead of incurring unnecessary expenses during this early stage in our brand. Alright, so in the past I had spent thousands of money on so-called money-making tools. Later on I would starve due to my lack of savings, or at least not be able to put on weight as I exercised for a better physique. I would also end up missing out on holidays and trips for the same reason, some of them actually being a lot less than £1,000 all inclusive. Upon this recent realization, I've decided to reorient the way that I use my money and stop making these massive purchases in the hopes that it will bring me some sort of wealth in the future. Instead, try and build an online following for free. Some free opportunities to build a following online, which I consider to be the first stage of building a brand or selling a product online, are making and uploading guitar videos, which can be covers or original songs every week, skate videos from my phone camera, interviews on the uni campus, commentary and research videos on certain topics that I'm interested in, and I would like to research into trading. However, really want to emphasize that we're trying to develop a system where we can generate a profit without having much of a loss, which will allow me to segue into a list of opportunities that I will not be considering. Following trading signals with a trading guru, even if there is no upfront cost of buying the membership to actually get those signals, there's still a possibility to lose money without any profits being made. Trading is probably one of these things you do if you are completely fine with losing the full amount that you have invested into the account. TikTok automation. So this was one business idea that I was looking at that I will not be considering because I actually don't have a computer that I can edit on. I have this 2010 Macintosh, which is that computer is too slow to edit on. I'm not really in the position to throw even hundreds of pounds into a computer to edit shorts content. However, later on, when we've actually built some savings, that might be something I might consider. Buying music equipment. I will not be buying any more music equipment, no more MPCs, no more sound interfaces, no more guitars. I have one guitar and I have an amp and it works, and that will be what I'll be using to essentially put out music. Another thing that I will not be doing is buying a new camera. One thing I always wanted to do was make skateboarding videos, and so I was looking at different kind of ways of filming it, and I saw one which I really liked, which I thought was really artistic, which was the fisheye lens, and some of them had a very high distortion. It was expensive, I think of £200. And so I will not be buying that camera. The way that we'll make our skate videos is simply with this camera, and this is an iPhone X, so the camera is pretty good with this device alone. The last one on this list is going to be investing in ads, and this one, it might even be too early. I could invest into some service that will bring in viewers and stuff like that. However, if I don't yet have any content that will really keep people around, it doesn't really matter, right? That will probably become relevant when I have at least 100 videos on my Instagram page of just guitar, skateboarding. I want to quickly side tangent and say that this free cost business model is simply a reflection of my circumstances at the moment. And you definitely don't have to do this. Without getting into the ugly details, I didn't have a job, and so it wouldn't make sense for me to spend money that I don't have. And whilst I do have a job now in my university, it still makes sense to keep my expenses low until I have at least some savings accumulated of at least a couple thousand. By going forward with the Atola project in this way, and even more so my life in this way, this will allow me to invest more into my health and fitness so I can finally get big, which will actually in turn improve my performance in many areas such as skateboarding, guitar playing, probably even socializing. You would get some sort of street cred, I imagine. To conclude this video, I want to reference some cultural and academic phenomenons and how my new revelation relates to this. So I have a friend who's a psychology major, and he introduced me to this concept of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which basically states that every human has certain needs, and each of these needs are ordered. And so it wouldn't make sense to start at one of the uppermost needs. We start at the bottom, and we start first with health and making sure that we're eating enough food and etc. And and then it goes up and up and up, and eventually you get to more like spiritual endeavors. The last sort of cultural phenomena that I wanted to touch on is we hear of this idea of the starving artist. Starving artist is essentially someone who sacrifices their material wealth or their material needs in order to create great art. So most of their income goes into creating that art. As sexy and deep as that sounds, this is stupid as fuck. And I want to make clear that you're not going to be able to create good content if you're not healthy. More so, people are not going to be interested in finding out what you have to offer because you're out here struggling. So guys, thank you for watching this video. This is a realization that I've recently had. Like and subscribe if you mess with the video.